Hi everyone, it's me Joe, and today I am bringing you a little bit of a secondary vlog for my health series. So this month I have been working on my second issue of my website Agitprop. So you can find that at www.josephharwood.com. Now Agitprop is my publication blog, so I've been launching it almost like a magazine in series. So you can navigate to the homepage and go through and see all the different stuff that I'm interested in, from vegan food that I've cooked. I've got loads of recipes now, to all of the different kinds of things I talk about in beauty, but I get to do it in a little bit more detail. Also, I have opportunities to go through and show you things about my family and my home and my renovation and things that are going on. So it's really exciting for me, and hopefully you guys will love it. So I have been waiting to do this blog for quite some time now, because last year I have been doing so much that I needed to really take some accountability of my own health. I actually used a product called Bixscher, which I'll talk about at the end before I go in. Here's a preview. There wasn't really a catalyst. It was more so like, all right, I've got to the point now where I've kind of got everything I want to have. I'm very lucky in my life, but now I need to enjoy it. And there were things that were going on in my life that I really couldn't enjoy, and I'll talk about that in a little bit more detail. So when I was much younger, I was in my primary school, which is when you're 5 to 11. I was on this school trip that they used to refer to as the hike to the dike. Now, that's not a slur for anyone out there. It means hills, or like a valley, if you will. So where I grew up, it was in the countryside, so it's near the South Downs, and they used to make you walk when you were a small child for about 10 miles across the downs and back again. And whatever reason, my muscles just gave in when I arrived home, and I had to take several weeks of school, and I wasn't able to walk after. I had to go to hospital. So when I went to hospital, they gave me a full examination, and they came to the conclusion that the problem was actually with my legs and my calf muscles. So I went through extensive physio from a small child, really, and it stopped me being able to do sports in school. It stopped me from being able to exercise and be healthy, and it stopped me from really being able to walk properly. I had a completely collapsed arch on one foot. The other foot had a half semi-arch. The physio was completely horrendous. It was the most painful thing I've had to deal with, and I had to do it twice a day for half an hour. And I've never even spoken about this stuff to some of my friends, so it's a long history of me not talking about this. So I really resented the fact that I wasn't able to do sports and stuff like that, because I'm really tall and I'm quite bulky, and I think had I been able to run more as a kid, or I've been able to play more, I would have been really good at different kinds of sports. Regardless of that, when I've tried like other sports, I've been really good at them, and I think it's annoying, because I think it was something that I missed out on being able to do. And this was something that was diagnosed by a professional. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't just something that was like, oh, I'm not allowed to do things. I physically couldn't walk. I couldn't run. It affected the way my posture was. In my videos, you can probably see on my channel, I am like that in all my videos. My back is so curved over, and I was going through this where I was talking to a family friend who'd gone through quite a lot of back things, and I was thinking, is this an issue with my back? I know my back is always hurting, and I'm always moaning about things. I'm 6'2", or I was at the time. Now I'm taller. What is going on here? So I went to find out about chiropractic, and I looked online, and I found a little person that did it in my local area in Brighton. So I went there, and as soon as I got there, they just started working on me and saying, this is what's wrong with you, this is what's wrong with you. And I was like, well, I don't think this is right. I really don't think this is right, because I think you need to assess what's been going on because of my history of having this bad issue with my legs and being told I wouldn't be able to walk and stuff like that. So I went and I did my diligent research, and I found a clinic called Back to Balance. Now, Back to Balance was a really reputable family-owned business with a lovely lady called Becky does my back now, but she gave me a full assessment. So I booked a thing in, and they didn't just look at me, make me walk on the spot with my eyes shut to see which leg was longer than the other, which side do I lean to, how my motor responses are, my brain to body ratio, my inflammation, my nerve damage, spinal tests. I went through everything, and the conclusion of these extensive tests was no, the issue was not with my legs, as I've been told my whole life. The issue was with my hips. So if you can imagine, your hips are meant to sit in a specific kind of way. Mine were basically collapsed in. So I was walking at not only just like lopsided, because my right leg would always kind of go under the other one, and you could see it because my heels, when I'm wearing my heels, it would wear down one side of my shoe more than the other. I could not walk in flats. I've been unable to walk in flats for my whole life. That's why it's part of the reason why I wear things with heels on, because I can't walk. It's not just like a small thing. I haven't been able to walk my whole entire adult life. So the report actually came back. I was only at 40% brain to body. Like, that's how bad I was. Like, it wasn't just like, oh, you're like 20% off. I was like literally unable. So if I was to close my eyes and reach out, I would not be able to estimate where that thing was. Do you know what I mean? It was just a nightmare. So we've been going through extensive work to really correct this. And when I first started to get a proper adjustment from her, oh my God, it was like my body had just released all of this, I don't know how else to describe it, like fluid. And I don't know if it was inflammation or it was nervous protection or whatever goes on in your spine, your nervous system, to ensure you don't damage yourself just getting on with life when it's not in the right position. But I went through this like toxicity thing for about a week after my first thing, and it made me so sick. So I was not only just finally being able to stand up straight, my neck was able to be straight, it changed my posture, but it affected my entire body in such a profound way. I was always fascinated as well because, like, I used to work out every morning. I used to have a treadmill in my old house, and I used to have like all this electronic gym equipment in my home. And I used to get up every morning. I used to do all cardio, and I would see no results in my torso. I'd see results in my legs, and I'd always think, like, why is this not showing in my torso? It was because my hips were so compensating for how they were out of sync. It just wasn't affecting the muscles in the proper way. I wasn't using the muscles. I was using muscles in an unconventional way because my structure was so out of whack. So correcting that has made everything go crazy because I'm 6'3" now. My legs are the same length. I have arches in my feet. My feet are straight for the first time. I don't have this anxiety thing, which I've never had like anxiety, if you know what I mean. Like, I don't get shy or stage shy or whatever you call it, but I would have this tension in my chest where I couldn't probably breathe, and it was because my back was so out of whack. It was pulling on my chest. So that's gone. Everything started to go back to normal, and I've been able to move my body in ways that I've never been able to my entire adult life. So it was really quite a profound change, and I still have to go back and get more work done because you're meant to keep up with it, but I've been so busy, so I've been a bit slack, but I'm not going to ever go back to where I was. So we'll be fine. We will go back and hopefully we'll be able to document it for Agitprop. But it was just, oh my God, like, I couldn't believe the difference. I've recommended it to my sister, to my mum, because I just thought it was just such a profound difference in my life, and it's made such a difference to how my body sits. I look so much more thinner than I've ever looked before. Before, I felt like my rib cage looked really disproportionately bigger than the rest of my body, and it was so much because if you imagine your hips are in the middle of your body, it basically tips you out of sync all over. So my spine was being pulled into an S like that to make my hips right. My one leg was up higher than the other because of it. So everything from head to toe was completely out of whack, and it was a nightmare. So I wanted to share that with you guys because it's not a traditional beauty blog. I'm not giving you a tip about how to make your skin look better or a treatment or something for your skin, but it was just something that I thought had such a big effect on my life, and it's changed all different kinds of aspects that I never imagined, that I had to do a video on it. So that has been really the start of a new wave of taking responsibility for my health and thinking about things that would aid me in the long term. And now I'm getting into the idea of trying out new sports, which I've not really spoken about before, but I'm really interested in learning how to do things that I've never done as a kid. So I've got this whole new lease of life. I feel much more excited about things because I can actually move properly. I can lose weight if I want to. I can put on weight if I want to. Before I could not. It was like being out of control. So yeah, really quite fascinating. But I found out this amazing brand called Bixscher, and it's kind of spelled with an X, like Bixscher. I'll give you a flip on the screen. Mm-hmm. This is a brand called Bixscher or Bixscher. So I will put a link in the description below for you guys so you can actually see. And inside the package, so you guys can see the bottle pretty much. It's like a pipette. So basically, I wanted to get a CBD oil or a cannabinoid oil, or as it's described as a hemp oil, a dietary supplement, non-GMO, CO2 free, or it's free extraction of CO2, which I guess is how they make it. There's 5,000 milligrams. It's 100% organic. Then you get 3 milliliters or 1 fluid ounce in the pipette. You take basically 1 milliliter, so you get 30 drops per bottle of this. I've got quite a few of them. And they also donate for each bottle. You can get a bonus 5% of each bottle actually is donated as well, which is really good. That comes in the package just to remind you. But I needed something to really aid me in my process of healing and to reduce pain and stress, because that was something that was really, really affecting me. It was a real big issue with my back, my neck, my walking, especially in my hips. And I needed to get some relief. Now, the benefits of CBD or cannabis or hemp oil extract is that it really benefits your healing, the way that your aches can recover. It's fantastic if you've got any long-term musculature issues because it helps relax. It's also really good for acne if you guys are interested in more skincare benefits. And it's got omegas in it. I actually saw on the on the box that it's got a lot of different things in. So it's got ALA, SDA, omega-6 fatty acids, omega-9. So if you're vegan, you wanted to add that to your thing. It's gluten-free, not tested on animals. Keep out of sunlight, by the way. Everything you can need in a hemp oil extract. So I'll pop a link in the description below, but I've been taking this and it's been such an aid in my process of healing, my process of reducing aches. And definitely it's something that you guys should check out. But it's really easy to take. You just pop it on your tongue and hold it on your tongue for 60 seconds or so. And it's got a minty flavour to it. You can taste kind of what it is, but it's still minty. And I've been using this really, really effectively to help with my pains, with my stress levels, and it's just been helping reduce it. So as you can see, Bixscher has been a real help through this process. So everything I've kind of mentioned so far has been simplified because of this, so check them out in the links below. So I wanted to give you that video and talk a little bit about that brand because I have taken so much supplements to aid with this, and I've got a video about that as well with the launch of my website. But I thought it would be interesting for you guys to hear about CBD and how you can use it in that kind of way, because CBD is something that really does assist with not just what I've been going through. It can help with your mood, it can help with acne, and I take a really great supplement of it every day. So hopefully you guys will find some solace in that. And if you do have any issues like I was going through, definitely go through a chiropractic, and a doctor or chiropractor can properly assess you and find out what's wrong, because it really has made a profound difference in my life. All right, guys, we'll check them out in the links below. I will see you all in my next video, and take care.